Hello. Welcome to the ZymCast, where we're all going to have a very nice time. We're going to draw some happy little trees.
I knew you were going for Bob Ross.
Oh, I thought you were going for a creepy murderer.
No, I got Bob Ross. I mean, it could be the same thing. We never know.
Don't besmirch Bob Ross like that. I wasn't really going for Bob Ross until I'm just like,
Or
Eh,
like,
I'll curve into it.
Sounded like a cultist to me.
Hello.
or like Mr. Rogers or something. So I'm like,
What?
Don't, hey,
You got a
don't
really
bring Mr.
weird
Rogers
impression
into
of them
this.
because I definitely started off creepy, and then I'm just like the cadence of my voice made me think Bob Ross, not like I was trying to do Bob Ross.
I did not think of
I just thought you were
either of
going for
them.
like a child.
Predator?
What?
No, child.
I just thought you were going for a child. Everyone's favorite impression of a child. Watch me be a young boy. Hello.
Hello there.
How are we?
Freaking Omen.
Oh man, it's Damien.
Oh, man.
Oh man. That's what Omen's really about.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the ZymCast.
Jesus.
My name is Chase.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Cheyenne. Hi.
She does not want to be here.
I don't.
Oh, that's how it goes. So how's your week been, Chase?
Star Wars filled. Just because I've been watching a lot of Clone Wars.
Isn't it so good?
It
Yeah.
is. And
The farther you get into it, the better it gets.
the farther I get into it, the more I appreciate the prequels.
Yep.
And that whole era, it's so cool.
Yep.
And Annie,
Little Annie.
not so little.
Nope.
Annie. Now this is pod racing.
Jesus. Whoopee.
Okay.
Episode 1 is a nightmare.
So is episode 2.
I like episode 2 more than 1. I think we've established this.
I don't.
You're wrong. I'm
Look, they're
sorry.
both bad films, but episode 1 is more bearable. It's
Yeah, it
just
has
way less
cool-
relevant.
It has cool moments. I haven't seen the Clone Wars.
What is the point?
of
Of
episode
episode
1?
1? There is none,
Full
unfortunately.
pod racing and like the best lightsaber
point?
battle ever.
Is that plot relevant to anything that
Probably
comes after
not.
Pod racing?
that? Yeah.
Of course it is. It's the spiritual successor to swoop bike racing.
What the fuck?
Okay.
There's like 4 people listening. Actually, that's generous of me to even assume there's a whole 4 people listening. But I was gonna say there's like 4 people listening that are like, "Oh, KOTOR," but
Makes sense.
no,
KOTOR remake?
apparently, or not, or something.
Knights of the Old Republic, which I've never
Knights.
played.
Ah,
But I
man,
heard
those
it's a
games
really
are
good game.
great, but they're super dated.
That's why they need a remake. That's why they need to breathe fresh life into all dead things, apparently.
You know what that makes me think of?
Zombie
Disney?
apocalypse.
It's called it's called the
Oh.
tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise.
Have I told you the tragedy?
Have I told you the
Plagedy?
tragedy of Dark Tragus the Wise?
Oh my gosh.
Don't mind me. I have coronavirus.
Hey, I'm the one who's been sick.
If only I haven't heard that joke 17 times this week already. Oh, the coronavirus jokes. They keep coming until we're all dead.
Yes, until we're in our graves and they're like, haha, I have coronavirus.
Just scratch that on the inside of my coffin, which begs so many questions. It's like, so we unearthed the body years later, and on the inside of the coffin, scratched in with fingernails, was, ha ha ha, I have coronavirus. There's so much wrong with this. Did they bury a living human being? Why was he enjoying this fact?
Was it humorous? It was posthumous.
Posthumous.
I find that way too funny.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Postmodern humorous. Don't laugh at this. It's not that
I'm
good.
coughing at this. It's a cough laugh. Yeah. I like Star Wars.
So does most people.
So
Not most people I know.
most people.
Oh really?
Yeah, honestly. It's actually I think I know more people that don't like Star Wars or don't care for Star Wars than do like Star
I
Wars.
feel like that's just because of what's happened to Star Wars.
Well, I've also met a lot of people that have never watched Star Wars.
That weirds
That's
me out.
weird.
Yeah.
That's always weirded me out. I'm like, look,
no, none.
you can have an opinion about Star Wars once you watch it.
Yeah.
Hasn't everyone?
No, 'cause not.
That's weird.
Yeah, one of my soups has never seen any Star Wars.
It's weird.
That's a choice at a certain point.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Like you define yourself. Oh, I've never seen Star Wars.
No, I mean,
Wait.
she said that she would want to, but she just never has.
That's not
See, it's weird.
Disney Plus.
She actually has the C++.
Oh my
the fuck?
gosh. Okay,
She might have
this
been
is,
watching
she's
them now.
actively not watching.
Yeah, no, this is a choice.
Because it kind of made sense when it was the older ones and then the prequels. If you just grew up not having watched it when you were younger, and then you just weren't around,
Okay.
like you couldn't access them. But like they're new now.
So, definitive ranking of all Star Wars.
Oh,
From
dear.
best to worst.
You're
3,
wrong.
2, 1, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, what?
9, 8, 7.
Wait, what? I disagree with everything you just said. You're wrong. Chase is wrong. He's turning red.
It's impressive. Everything you just said
It's
is
wrong.
wrong.
Wait, Kyle, do you agree?
Polarizing
No, that was a complete garbage list.
No, I meant with me.
that he's
That
wrong.
everything he just said about his ranking was wrong.
Well, see what I mean. Yeah, but yeah, that's the Star Wars quote. It's like it's impressive.
Oh,
everything
wow,
you just
okay.
said
I
is
totally
wrong.
I totally missed that. I'm a bad
It's
person.
from your favorite
I
Star Wars
know.
character, Luke Skywalker.
I know, huh? Freaking.
Sky Daddy.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna get you a shirt.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
I'm gonna get you a shirt that says that, Chase.
No.
My
sure.
Sky Daddy.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see if this is a thing. Sky Daddy. It's gonna be like fucking Skynet.
Please
Some-
stop.
some shit. A big daddy in the sky in whom most people believe, but no one has seen. That's
What?
Urban Dictionary
It's
for Sky
God!
Daddy.
What's up, Sky Daddy? Blessings be upon you.
Oh my gosh.
No! No!
Definitely making that shirt now.
No! Sky Daddy cannot be God.
Oh no.
I hate that so much. And I'm not even religious. Oh, dear Sky
Dear
Daddy.
Sky Daddy. Sky Daddy, damn it.
What in the name of Sky Daddy
Oh
is going
my
on?
Sky Daddy.
We got to make this happen,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
This is a shirt now.
Oh my
This
Sky
is a
Daddy.
this is a social movement.
Oh my
The
God.
Sky Daddy
Please
movement.
no.
Every single person who's even a little bit religious has now already turned off this video.
This is
It's
it's
fine.
offensive.
I'm sure they weren't here anyway.
It's defensive, really. Yeah, I know. They're really not. Oh, Sam, no!
Oh dang.
Yeah. Well,
Sam apparently appreciates every time I mention his name on there.
on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, got another shout out.
Yes. Thank you for our lone commenter, Sam.
We got another comment yesterday
Did we?
on the fucking Grandia video.
Oh, I saw it in passing. I was like,
I'm like, ooh, another comment. I looked. I'm like, fucking Grandia? Come on.
everyone likes Grandia HD collection.
It's,
Yeah.
Again, it's like 10 times bigger than any of our other videos.
Oh, whatever.
It's still not that big.
So yeah, I watched Clone Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
You went to Disneyland,
I went to California Adventure,
California Adventure.
and I drank alcohol, and that's about it.
I was hoping that all the that would
Don't
discourage
destroy
her.
things.
Oh no. For anyone who
It's a
doesn't
dog.
know,
She's on camera, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, come here. Show its tail. She's
The-
very shy.
the Zim dog. She's with us every
Bella the
podcast.
Zim dog, usually asleep. Right there.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
She's energetic. We took too long to start.
Yeah. Then we
Sound-
clapped her awake.
We did clap sync her awake.
Like 4 times. We were off sync. What?
Okay. I was off sync. We were off
I
sync.
said we.
I thought you said I.
I said
Who
we.
said we?
Oh, well, I guess I'm
Anyway,
just getting
Kyle, how was
I'm-
your week?
I'm just getting defensive. My week was whatever.
Man.
I did nothing of any note. I literally don't know how it's been a week since we recorded this podcast. Because how have that many days gone by? Don't know.
Yeah.
I've been doing some slight edits, but I haven't had enough just dedicated time to really edit a script that I wrote. I wonder how annoying it is for anybody that keeps watching these that doesn't know what we're talking about when I just keep bringing up this script.
Which is everyone right now.
No.
Oh, okay. I know. I see.
Our most loyal viewer definitely knows what I'm talking about. They read the script.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
I'm going to start putting a thing. Now that we're visual, I'm going to start saying hashtag Hey, Sam.
Hashtag Hey, Sam.
Yeah, well, it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I want to know Sam's
Can you show
week.
I want to know about these Samuels like me.
No. I want to know people's weeks because ours are so uneventful.
Yeah.
Well,
did anybody have a good week?
Actually, I went to a bridal shower yesterday.
Oh,
You
look
did.
at that.
You drove
That's
like
a thing.
6 hours.
I drove
7 hours.
3 hours to get there, stayed for 3 hours, drove 4.5 hours back.
When your drive is longer than the duration you're at the place.
I know, right? Okay, the 4.5 hours though was partially because LA traffic sucks.
Yes.
There was an accident on the 405.
Mm-hmm.
During like 5 o'clock hour.
Where were you for this shower?
4 o'clock. Woodlake.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then I also stopped at Chick-fil-A on my way because I don't know. I had this feeling. I was like,
So you want Chick-fil-A?
no, I
That's
wasn't that hungry.
urge.
No, I wasn't that hungry. But I was like, I have a bad feeling about this drive back. Let me just get food.
Let's get some joy in
Or
there.
did
Yeah.
you getting food inevitably lead to the delay?
It might have.
Yeah, just that 10-minute.
it might have.
was like so much that it totally set you back an hour and a half.
Yeah, it totally could have. But you know what?
Or maybe
had
you would have been
Chick-fil-A,
in that
so.
accident if you hadn't gotten the Chick-fil-A.
We shall never know. But yeah,
Time to rewind time.
So this is the first time I actually. So I've seen people get married before, but never the full-on wedding deal. It's always been like a really quick, like, hey, we're getting married at the courthouse. We'll have dinner after kind of thing.
That's
except
been your
for-
go-to wedding
That's what?
experience?
Yeah. I've never been. I haven't been to a full wedding since I was, I think, a flower girl when I was like 6.
Like last year?
I said 6. Do math. Anyway, yeah. I haven't been to a full wedding. And when I was 6, I wasn't part of the like bridal shower.
When she was
and
26,
all
she
those
wasn't part of the
things.
bridal shower.
Wow, okay. And so those things are weird.
The weddings?
The bridal
Oh.
showers are weird.
I wouldn't know. I've never been to a bridal
I'm
shower.
sure.
No, neither have I.
But it's like they have these weird questionnaires and then about like, oh, how much do you know this couple? And I'm like,
Not at
well,
all.
I'm already screwed because my cousin lives really far from me. So I don't know like the little details about their relationship other than what she's told me. And it's never been any of this crap. But then you look around the room and it's like everyone did poorly on this quiz.
No one
I'm
knows.
like, some of you people should know better because they live in a small town.
I'm wondering like how that
like,
made them feel. It's like, oh, no one knows us at all.
Good. I like being mysterious.
Yeah, I know. I felt better because I was like, oh, I actually did pretty good compared to you suckers.
That's depressing.
There's like 25 questions. I got, well, there's a possibility of like 2 points per question because it was like if you got the bride's answers right, you got a point. If you got the groom, I totally forgot the term groom.
The bride and the bride husband.
Exactly. If you got his answers, you got another point. Oddly enough, I got more of his just by guessing than I got my own cousins, which is questionable.
Okay, I mean, just be glad
But,
though. Like, I mean, it's interesting certainly, but it's still having a bunch of people that are supposedly your closest friends not get your answers right. That's fine. It's when you don't get each other's answers right. That's when there's a big problem. That's
Yeah.
like the classic newlywed game problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much got each other's answers
Well, that's
correct.
good.
Except for like a few where it was like, oh,
Incredibly important. Like, do you want kids? No.
Yes. Hell no.
yeah, no, like those important ones, they had the same. It was some of them like, oh, what did you first notice kind of thing, or like, what's your favorite, where it could have gone either way. It was like in the moments how they answered it. But like out of pure guessing, my mom got half of that quiz right. And I was like, geez, Mom, do you even know his name? She knows. Sometimes she forgets though.
Pablo? His name is John.
My mom was so excited. She was like one away from winning, but the winner was not even anyone in her bridal party. And I was like, ooh,
That's impressive.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Well, what a fun tale.
Yeah. Oh, I also almost got trampled because they had this thing where it was a game and they're like, hey, find all the rings that's hidden in this room. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. And it's a room full of women. Half of them are older women. And I'm like, this will be fine. I'm not going to die. I stand up
That wouldn't cross
and
my mind.
I start like going for a ring. And then someone like blows past me. And it's an older lady. I'm like, nope, sitting down. Not doing this.
So-
Everyone's like running around
Throwing
the room.
elbows,
So that's your
Yeah.
story. It's
stiff arm.
people moved quickly. I sat down. I almost died.
No, but it was scary. They were like rushing around the room, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna sit. It's fine. At this point, I'm already behind because I already saw someone with a huge handful of rings. I'm like, no, it's fine.
That's-
I'm gonna sit and eat dessert.
That reminds me of an idea that one of the managers in my building has.
Oh dear.
He's gonna, Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
Mhm.
Valentine's Day is an incredibly important day for us. He's gonna buy a Sonic the Hedgehog costume, and
Oh no, licensed?
oh, of course,
Oh,
he's gonna buy like a
Have
Sonic
the-
the Hedgehog mascot costume. He's like,
no.
I'm gonna come dressed in it. I'm
Oh,
gonna run
no.
around the building. Anytime anybody touches me, I'm gonna chuck a bunch of coins.
I'd love it.
So he's like, I need to talk to your manager. He's like, I'm right here. You need to catch me.
Gotta go fast.
But he runs in slow mo.
No,
That'd be funnier.
no, knowing him, he just runs straight out of the building.
That's funny.
I feel like that's like one of those things, like, because on our like corporate website or like this behind the scenes website that connects all of our buildings, like the whole whole circuit of our company, they sometimes for like bigger releases they'll have stories that individual theaters will post of like, oh, like the crew dressed up for this movie, or like
Yep.
stuff for Star Wars, or like for It they decorated the theater this way. I feel like it's one of those stupid things.
Oh,
Like,
that was exactly what I thought when he said this whole thing as a joke. I'm just like, where we'd end up on the website, right? He's like, that's the whole point.
yeah, you spread it to all the other theaters like, hey, this is what we did. We're fucking stupid. Our theater sucks.
Whoa.
Wait, no, that sounds amazing though.
Yeah.
No, whenever I see those theaters, I'm just like, do you have nothing better to do with your time?
You're such a dick, Chase.
No.
Whenever I read those, I'm like, oh, that looks like it would be fun. Chase is just like, what a fucking loser. Have you nothing to live for? Present.
Uh,
That's
I
terrible.
mean, it's funny.
You're the worst sometimes.
That's
It's
part of
okay.
why we love you.
Yeah.
I'm the worst at everything.
That's factually incorrect. You're the
Yeah.
worst around.
Oh my gosh.
Everything is going to keep you down.
Copyright strike.
Those aren't the words.
Yeah, well, so update, breaking news. It's not
Don't.
breaking news.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
An update on our zombie apocalypse.
Don't do it.
No, no.
Don't do it.
What?
It's going to get political.
I'm just saying
Don't do
that
it.
now the U.S.
No.
has a quarantine, mandatory quarantine for people coming out of the province in China where it originated. That's a mandatory 14-day quarantine, and for anyone else that's traveling from China as a U.S. citizen, is asked to
It's a
self-quarantine.
U.S. citizen?
Yes. I believe. Any foreign national who has traveled to China within the last 14 days will not be allowed to enter the U.S.
Okay.
Which
No,
is-
that sentence just sounded funny for a sec.
It was poorly phrased, but
Okay.
That's the way.
it was followable.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a
That's a thing.
brief update.
Great.
They're coming. We're all doomed. Get
Start-
ready. Let's have
Get
fun.
get your zombie apocalypse stuff ready.
Get your gear here.
The good news is the one exciting thing that happened at my work is I found out my theater right now also has a sledgehammer.
You're good.
It was just sitting in our office.
Oh,
You have a
I didn't
crowbar?
look. I didn't think to look. We talked about this last week on the podcast.
Actually, that podcast did pretty good.
Half those views are me.
Oh, okay.
I kept pausing it and putting it back on.
Nice.
Great. Yeah.
Sorry.
I need to see more of my my deadly weapons.
Yes, what you have at your disposal. No, seriously, like it was the same sledgehammer as my old building. I'm like, did I just bring it and I didn't notice? But no, like I walked, it was like 2 days after we had recorded the podcast. I just walked into the office and there was just a sledgehammer just sitting in the middle of our actual office. I'm like,
I wanna be
That's suspicious.
what is that doing here?
sledgehammer.
I want to be sledgehammer best.
Gonna just drink my coffee.
Sips tea.
That's probably why.
No.
Probably wise.
Well, some more things that happened this week.
Trailers.
Oh God.
I got a floor couch.
Oh, yeah, your floor couch.
Yeah.
What's up with the floor couch? Because this sounds like a weird thing.
Okay. So in this room that they can't really see, but this room does not have proper seating if you want to watch the TV.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm like, the floor couch is in the room right now?
it's not. But Chase wanted to play video games, but we don't have proper seating. And so we tried to just sit on the floor, and then he had a back problem. And so
How old are you?
82.
Sounds about right.
he is. But I found this floor couch thing that, like, I don't know, the back adjusts and it could turn into a futon, and it's super cool. And online, I thought it said that it folded flat, but it doesn't.
I thought it did.
No, see, remember, I went through like 5 different ones. I just happened to buy the one that didn't specifically say it folds flat. So now I have to figure out how to store that. But yeah, floor couch.
Yeah, it's like a
Super
big
cool.
thing that folds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Cool.
Because there's no real furniture.
There really isn't.
Nope.
It's a pretty barren room.
I know.
That's why we're able to record in here.
Exactly.
If it weren't, we'd have problems.
This is a really weird room,
Works for our
but it's
services.
fine. And it has movie posters and creepy stuff.
Yep.
I wanted to put more creepy
Checks
stuff.
out.
My mom said no.
Checks out. All right. What else has happened this week, Chase?
I figured you'd want to talk about this.
I do. So
I have nothing to say on the matter.
yet. So obviously, as everyone knows, the Fast and Furious 9 trailer dropped. Chase's favorite movie franchise.
Yep.
That I've never seen.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. It's your favorite movie franchise you've yet to see. It'll happen.
It's going to happen.
Will it?
It needs to happen.
Yeah. I'm going to set up a plan. We're going to have you watch at least one a week.
Talk about it.
And then you'll talk about
It'll
it.
be a segment every week.
Exactly.
What was it called?
Chasing the Furious.
Yes.
There you go.
We got to make it happen. We've been talking about it for months.
Since we started this podcast.
It was pretty early on. I'm telling you, I think it'd be great. If nothing else, just to see how much Chase might hate these movies and then probably come around to liking them, but never
And-
admit it.
Hey, he might like 5 and then just be like, the rest of this is crap.
No. I feel like, see, Chase wants to be sophisticated.
Oh,
We learn this every week.
that's true.
Chase wants to be Mr. Fancy Pants. And so he can't, in his heart of hearts, accept that he would enjoy these movies.
I mean,
And so-
look at how he's dressed today.
And so watching that dichotomy play out over the course of 9 weeks.
So do we need to film him watching the movies?
I don't think we can do that.
Unfortunate.
But we can definitely record him talking about the movies.
Mhm.
And I will see through his lies and accept that he likes them no matter what he says. It's the only possible explanation.
We're yet to see.
You've
We
yet
will,
to see.
Yeah.
All right. But another trailer that the internet, well, a certain part of the internet fell in love with. We got another trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Looks nuts. Looks like Final Fantasy VII, except just the beginning of it. I'm still really confused why there isn't a part 1 at the front of this. Every time that I feel like they're tricking people really bad.
Why?
This is not a remake of the full game.
Oh, that's right.
The game is going to be split up into bare minimum 3 parts. Most people are suspecting 4.
Oh crap.
Well, okay, because everything that's being adapted in this game happens in the first 8 hours of the game. Originally, they're expanding it to like 30 to 40 hours. Well, it's because they're taking elements from later in the story and they're adding it into the beginning section. It's because Midgard's a super interesting and fascinating place and a really cool setting. And then like you leave it and it's a lot more of a typical fantasy world.
Oh,
Yeah. 'Cause it's not all like super steampunky and stuff.
I thought it was all that way.
Nope. Yeah, you'd be I get you thinking that. You'd have no reason to think otherwise. But no, you don't even get to the world map in that game until like 8 hours in.
Interesting pacing.
It works.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah. It basically tells this whole little self-contained story, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what this game is. And then it's like, nah, not true at all, bitches. The end. No, so this is just, this is like part 1 of the game. But they're not putting that on any of their branding, and I feel like there are definitely going to be some people who are really confused. Probably those people who are really confused when they're 20 hours into this game and going, how have we still not left Midgard? Is this the longest video game ever made?
Is it Persona 5?
Yeah, it's about 260 hours. You'll wish you were dead by the time it was over.
Oh, God.
But the trailer looks fantastic. I mean, this game is in so many ways my childhood. I remember this was the first game I ever got for the original PlayStation. This is true for a lot of people. This is the game that kind of made the PlayStation a success. That's in no way an exaggeration. Like, this game was huge, both just on its own for the franchise and for Sony. Mm-hmm. It was the first real system seller for the original PlayStation. And I bought this console. Well, I didn't. My parents bought this console for me and this game because I already loved Final Fantasy at this point. I was playing my Super Nintendo Final Fantasies. And I'm like, oh, man, this is awesome. And I'm playing the game, and I'm like, okay, time to save. And it's like, okay, insert your memory card. I'm like, what's that?
Oh, no.
What's a memory card?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, Dad, what's a memory card? He's like, I don't know. Because the console did not come with a memory card.
How?
That's how it was, man. It's the 90s. And I'm like, well, I can't save. He's like, okay, I'm going to run to the store and find one of these memory card things. Just play the game. And so I was playing for hours. Unable to save this game, waiting for my dad to come home.
Oh, no.
And he never did.
And my father never returned.
Oh, dear.
No.
After dark.
And
It's like one of those, like, oh, my dad went to the store. I'm
milk.
still waiting for him to come
no,
back.
it's the classic. It's the best version of that joke from Iron Man 3. It's, oh, my dad went to the store to get scratchers. I guess he won because he never came back.
No.
Damn. Continue your story, please.
And so there's a moment towards the end of the Midgar section. So I'd plugged like 6 hours into this game where like you're swapping between 2 different parties. Like there's like Cloud doing his thing, and then there's like Barrett and Eris and Tifa like trying to get up to him. They're climbing this elevator. But the thing is, they were out of your party for a while, so it unequipped all their materia, which is like the magic system. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that they didn't have any materia equipped on them anymore. And so I go into the elevator. I can't save. I go into this elevator, and a boss fight triggers. Oh. And there's a boss on another elevator that's going up at the same time. These are like glass elevators on the outside of this building. And you have a boss fight against them. But you can't do melee attacks against them because he's in another elevator. Oh, so you either need to use Barrett's gun hand thing or magic. So I could only shoot Barrett's gun arm thing. None of my characters had magic. I used all of my potions trying to stay alive, died, had to restart the game. 4 minutes after I died, my dad got back with a memory card.
Oh, that's sad.
Damn.
So I had to replay that whole section.
That's sad.
Totally did it the next day because I was a young boy and that didn't set me back at all. I'm like, no, I'll be better.
Oh, that's cute.
I was pissed though.
I'm sure.
Oh, man.
I had the demo version of that game for PlayStation 1. My first game was actually Spiral.
You had the demo for Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah. It was like this weird, because I got...
Brave Fencer Musashi.
I got the PlayStation 1 when they redid it, like the rounded version.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it came with like this demo
Demo
with
disc?
with a demo disc of several games,
Mhm.
and Final Fantasy VII was on there, but I didn't know Roman numerals, so I thought it was like
VII.
VII, because I was like,
V.
Final
I was,
Fantasy V.
yeah, I was a little kid, so I was like, what is this game? But it was like glitched, so the only thing you could do was run around this field area and go to like this, I don't even remember that much anymore, this like thing, and then it would trigger a fight, but the fight was glitched. And so you would start fighting, and then it went into this weird loop of just constantly fighting. You couldn't get out of it. And that was the only one of the demoed games that was glitched, because I also had Crash Bandicoot on there too.
That's super weird.
Yeah, it was really weird because I thought the picture looks so cool, and I was like, I want to play this game. But then my parents were like, that's not for you. And I was like,
That's
but
the devil's work.
yeah,
play
and I was like,
Spyro.
but I want to play that one. And my dad's like, no, you get this cute dragon. And I was like, okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
That's fair. Spyro is, it's Spyro.
Yeah. And then I got a Crash Bandicoot game.
Yay.
I like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your story though, Kyle, reminds me of when on the original Xbox, I
You didn't have a memory card.
had the Hobbit game.
Oh yeah, I also
Um,
did not have a memory card when I first started playing.
No,
My
just
dad
like
was
every time you play
"What?"
Spyro, you start at the beginning and you have to.
Those are the old days, man.
Yeah, my dad was like,
Leave
"Oh,
the
what?"
PlayStation on overnight.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad was like, I'll get you one tomorrow. I'm like, but
Yeah, I remember because I had the PS2. I don't remember having like any issues with my memory cards. I remember like having multiple, but
Oh, I had so many freaking memory cards in the
Yeah.
PS1 and PS2 era.
yeah. But anyway, back to Xbox. I had the Hobbit game, which I now still I got again,
Okay.
because I wanted to play it again. I still have not played it yet. I
What
bought
a
it secondhand.
shock.
Yeah. Shut up. But I was playing it, and I loved this game. I remember being in the mines with the Goblin King, like that part of the game
Mm-hmm.
with the goblins. I don't remember really how far into that game it was, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty far in, a few hours. And I saved it, and I went back the next day, and it started from the beginning. And I was like, what? My brother freaking overwrote my save. Instead of
Aw.
using another save slot, he saved over my
Oh.
fucking save.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
so pissed. And I never played it again.
I have I have a story that reminds me of Final Fantasy VII again. More shenanigans in Final Fantasy VII. So, Final Fantasy VII is a very long game. Like, there are longer RPGs, but I was young, I was dumb, and it took me a while to make progress in that game. I eventually got to the end. I fundamentally misunderstood the concept of an incredibly important key item you get in the final dungeon. So you get like one item for the final dungeon, which allows you to drop a save point anywhere in the dungeon. But once you drop it there, it's there forever.
Okay.
So I used it right at the start, trying to figure out what it did.
Oh, I see.
I'm like, oh, what's this? Click. Literally right at the start, right next to the world map where you can save. I was like, well, that's not great.
Didn't have like a written description of the item.
I was dumb. It definitely, had I spent half a moment, I would have understood what this did. I just thought I could use it for my inventory to save,
Oh.
which would have been nice.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, oofers.
Oh.
But I was not great at understanding all the like little details of that game.
Yeah, mechanics and stuff.
Yeah, like I had brute forced my way through most of that game and just enjoyed the hell out of it, being like a 9-year-old kid. But I had some serious difficulties with the final boss, not the least of which is I had to go through a whole fucking dungeon every time I failed. And so I got really frustrated with the game. And so I'm like, you know what? I really like the beginning of this game. I'm just going to start over for a little bit, play through the opening. It's really fun. And then I accidentally saved over my save.
Oh, rip.
Well, at least you could fix that like save point, right? At the dungeon.
When you get there.
When I replayed the 60 hours to get to that point again, yeah.
Fuck.
So that was why, that was officially the moment when little Kyle stopped playing Final Fantasy VII for about 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's, I've
was
never
like-
played The Hobbit since then.
I'm like, Nope.
I remember
Oh.
because I remember buying or like playing The Hobbit and really enjoying it, and then that happened. I never played it again. And then when I saw it in a secondhand store, like last year or 2 years ago, I was like, I'll get that. I'll play it again.
Haven't
Yeah.
played it again.
No, but
Oh well, we got to do that now on the
wait.
channel.
Oh, that's a good idea. But you're okay. So I told you about how I played Kingdom Hearts the first time through, right?
Yeah.
Like it was first. I played like on. I played the first few minutes of Kingdom Hearts with my friend, and then I was like, "Oh, this is cool." So I went home and bought Kingdom Hearts 2 on accident because I didn't
Yes.
realize it just came out. It had just come out.
Yeah.
And then I played through the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 2 up until the world that never was.
Mhm.
And I don't remember exactly the boss that I didn't get through, but I basically went through that entire game as not an RPG. Like I did not change like equip any other abilities or like change any loadouts or like with any of anything because I didn't know how that functioned.
Yeah.
So I just went through the entire
With
game
your
with like
basic ass kingdom key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
basic shit.
That reminds me of a friend of mine who recently played the first Kingdom Hearts for the very first time with his sister. And they didn't know until freaking the Ursula boss fight that you could change your like keychains.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Isn't that like essential for that one?
no, it's not essential, but it's almost essential because you're doing so little damage by that point.
Yeah.
And that boss fight is not easy. And he's like, this game's fucking impossible. I'm like, well, what keyblade are you using? He's like, what? I'm like, what do you mean, what? What keyblade are you using? I'm like, what I recommend you do is don't deal with that for now. Leave freaking Atlantica, go to Halloween Town, get the pumpkin head keychain. That's really strong. He's like, what? I'm like, the pumpkin head keychain. He's like, what do you mean?
What's keychain?
I'm like, have you noticed every time you beat a fucking world, the game stops and is like, you got a new keyblade. Have you never questioned that? He's like, I just thought it was like flavor stuff and like you could change the skin of it and I didn't care enough. I'm like, no, you ding dong. This game is a role playing game. You need to change shit so that you cannot lose.
Yeah.
Have you equipped any items? It's in that menu. He's like, no, I just use magic. I'm like, what the fuck?
There's a menu. That was me. Like whenever I went into the menus, I'm like, I don't understand any of this. I don't think it's important. But then, yeah, because I remember like the game being so hard. Like, towards, like I just figured it was progressively harder because it was.
I mean, the game isn't super easy.
Yeah, but then like I got to a point where it was like almost impossible, and I just stopped at that point, and that's why I never have finished Kingdom Hearts 2 to this day.
You just don't play video games enough. Otherwise, I'd be like, you need to play that.
Yeah, even Kingdom Hearts 1, like I finished, I beat Chernobog a few times, and then like the fight after that is.
There's
like,
not a boss fight that immediately follows Chernobog.
Yeah, it's the one where it's like waves of you have to get through.
oh
a room
yeah,
with, like, it
just
was-
a bunch of
oh, it was annoying.
heartless.
Yeah, it was super annoying. And I think that's as far as I got into Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh my god, that's so annoying, Chase.
You like right towards the end though.
yeah, there's like 2 rooms and then the final battles.
Oh wait, no, did I?
You didn't fight giant spaceship Ansem. And
I remember fighting Ansem, but you fight him twice, right?
you fight him technically 3 times.
Oh, maybe
in
I
the end.
think I might have fought him twice.
So there's the first fight that takes place on Destiny Islands with you and Donald and Goofy. And there's a fight where you fight in like a smaller area where it's just a one-on-one fight. And then there's the whole goddamn shit with the Ansem turning into a giant heartless spaceship thing, which is fucking nonsense.
Don't remember that, so I'm guessing the
You'd
second
remember
one-
that. You would remember the giant Ansem spaceship. Trust me. It's just like a giant heartless spaceship and it's huge and you're flying around it. There's like a bunch of turrets that shoot shit at you. And Ansem himself is up in the top and he's got like a dual
Chase has to
fucking
look this
sided
up.
sword.
I typed in Ansem spaceship.
And it's fucking nuts. It's the fucking craziest looking thing.
Oh, it's
This.
the
No, it's not the Millennium
the
Falcon.
Millennium Falcon. Xehanort's final. It's Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's
I've not seen this. So
Yeah,
don't know
I didn't
what
think
the fuck
so.
This is.
yeah, but like he's huge and he's like attached to the top of the ship and he has like the giant guardian behind him and he himself has like a double-bladed sword and it's freaking a lot. It's just a lot, man. There's just like a lot happening. That's a nuts game, bro. I love it a lot. It's been documented.
Yes, the first episode. No?
The very first episode documented my love-hate relationship with Kingdom Hearts. I still haven't gotten Remind DLC for 3. I've basically heard that it's like, from people I trust. There's like, it's split into 2 clean halves. One is it just kind of retells the ending of the game, but a little bit different. And the other half is just the hardest boss fights in Kingdom Hearts history. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound fun.
Interesting.
That's not joy I get out of games. It's like, can I beat this challenge? I'm like, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 since it came out. It's been like a year.
Yeah.
I don't want to suffer through that trying to relearn the battle system while fighting like 12 incredibly difficult boss fights to get like an extra story cutscene. So I'm just not going to spend $30 on a DLC pack for a year-old game.
Yeah, wasn't there, like, in Kingdom Hearts, there is the option of going back and beating the bosses again at a harder difficulty?
Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix has the data fights against all the members of the organization. And those fights are fucking impossible. Never got joy out of that either. And it's like, hey, we know how you managed to beat all of those incredibly difficult boss fights. Your reward, an even harder boss fight. Once you beat that,
Fucking masochists.
once you beat that, well, good job. You're good at our game. I'm like, what? I beat the Lingering Will, and that's all you give me? A pat on the back and a shitty thing I don't need anymore?
Yeah.
It always annoys me when like the best weapon in a game is like you can only obtain it after beating the hardest hidden boss in the game. I'm like,
It's like, then what's the
I
point?
don't need this now at all.
I've already beaten the toughest thing possible.
There is nothing left that needs this. I could walk into the boss of the game fight and just be like, die, and I win. It's like, I know this means nothing to you, but it's like getting Knights of the Round in Final Fantasy VII, which is just the most overpowered summon in that game. It's so overpowered that if you have it, Sephiroth's like final battle, he gets more HP just to counteract. It's so strong. Also, if for every character that's at max level, he also gets more HP.
Oh.
But Knights of the Round is a summon that takes, if I recall correctly, 90 seconds. Just watching the animation for it as like these 13 Knights of the Round Table essentially like just attack and do like maximum damage. It's just like the most broken thing. But it takes so long and it's such a bitch to get. It's just the most bitchy to get. Like breeding a golden chocobo is that fun combination of tedious and luck based. Final Fantasy VII. It's a game. And it's coming back somehow. All right, but let's have some fun.
Okay.
We're not having
Like
fun
in
already?
The Sims.
No, we're having no fun at all. The Sims?
Yeah,
It's 20 years old.
yeah, and I forgot that there was new Sims 5 news.
Oh,
What?
that's what I was thinking. I'm about to say
Yeah,
that. I read something like this.
Sima 5.
Sima 5, I typed
Yeah,
wrong.
they're one of the creators mentioned that they are working on Sims 5 and hinted that there's a possibility that they're bringing back like an online function, more multiplayer options.
Interesting.
Yeah. He
This
said they're not
is-
necessarily going to bring back the whole Sims online, but a lot of people are freaking out because they're like, no, don't do this again.
Please, God, no.
Yeah.
And it's next gen?
Yeah. Something like that.
I mean, Sims 4 was already pretty
Yeah.
maligned by the community.
I like Sims 3.
Sims 3 is the peak of the franchise, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like how Sims 3 functions, but I like the look of Sims 4.
Oh, no, Sims 4, like a
like-
lot of things that Sims 4 did is really good, but I feel like it just scaled back so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like how it was
I don't like leaving my house in Sims 4. It's a pain in the ass. I left my house all the time in Sims 3.
Yeah, you can just walk around. You can like drive your
Yeah.
car to places, other places in
Yeah.
town. It's not just a fucking block.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It was annoying.
It's like, well, if I don't like my
Yeah.
neighbors, whoops.
But I like how Sims 4 has so many expansions.
So
So
Sims
did
3
Sims
has
3.
Okay,
Sims
so
3
many
arguably had too
expansions.
many
I don't know.
expansions.
I like
Yeah.
the vampires though,
Pretty sure it's in Sims
in
3
the
too.
magic.
Yeah,
I
those
don't
are
know.
also in Sims 3.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Like
my
that's the
Sims
problem
3 is
every
not
time
good.
you get a new Sims game. It's like,
They redo all the DLC.
yeah, and
And
you're
it's-
like, well,
they
great,
charge
I'm
you
paying
for
for
it.
shit I already basically got once.
That's
The
true.
problem with Sims 3 though, it was so much that when you started getting a lot of expansions, at least on my I mean, I had this at the time. My computer was able to run the game fine,
Yeah.
but once I got like 5 or 6 expansions installed, suddenly the game was just running worse and
Aw.
worse and worse because there was so much more it was having to do at every moment. And someone was like, "Oh fuck, I can't do this." So I would have to pick because I owned like 9 different expansions for
Oh,
The Sims
jeez.
3, and I had to be like, "Well, which 5 do I care about before my game becomes unrunnable?"
Aw.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
unfortunate.
I liked about The Sims 3 was like the customization of your house and stuff. And I know when Sims 4 launched, like it was lacking all that stuff. I don't know if
It's
it's still.
back, like it's
Yeah.
very in depth, and obviously
okay.
the character creator for Sims 4 is incredible.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah, like
Cool.
The Sims 3, like they've done a lot to make it better again, but it just I don't know, it's still not the same. I still play that one over Sims 3 now, just because it's easier to, but it's weird. I don't prefer it, but I play it.
Because it's easier on the eyes. I
That
don't know,
too.
it's prettier.
But
I
yeah,
don't know. Something about Sims 3, just the look of it, makes me feel like I'm playing a really old game. But it may be because
Try Sims 2 Double Deluxe.
try Sims 1.
I had Sims 1.
So did I.
I played that one a lot
Me
until
too.
my computer crashed.
I don't know how I could ever go back to playing the original Sims though.
I still have that.
I had
somewhere.
a Sims game on my DS,
Oh, it was.
but I don't know
the
which game it was.
That's got to be. Well,
Is that
it's,
Sim City?
No, it was like legit Sims.
Oh,
it can't be good.
Oh, it was this one, Sims 2. It was Sims 2 on DS. I remember
It
this.
can't be
they had
good.
that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I remember this.
I know for the
yeah.
longest time I wanted Sim City. I just never.
I had
ended up
my
getting
Sims
it.
on Wii. SimCity is nothing like The Sims.
Sims, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
completely different.
Different
Build a
concept.
city.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to build a city.
Get
I
city
just never
skylines.
Yes, actually.
The game's so good.
Yeah.
I didn't have good games for my DS. Actually, I had a lot of Harry Potter games for my DS.
So you didn't have good games for your DS. Got it.
Yeah. Well,
I
Sims
knew
2
you were
on
going there.
DS was like totally different than.
Well, of course it
actual-
was.
Well, because it was like story based.
Yeah,
Like.
they did what they could with the franchise.
Yeah. The Jackal. Yeah. Oh my god. I remember like. I'm feeling nostalgic about Sims 2 on DS.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't really play that many DS games, and this was like the big one.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
We're gonna jump into some fun little things just to fill up the rest of this. What time are we at, Cheyenne?
Why is that?
40.
How have we spilled 40 minutes?
Hold on. No. I don't know math.
That's fine.
47.
Don't you have a timer?
She
It's
has
wrong.
to. Yeah, we start. Never mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. All right, so I'm gonna bring up some fun hypothetical questions to fill up a little bit more time. Stop looking up Nintendo DS games.
Do that on your own time, man.
Seriously, bro. come on.
Nintendogs.
I had that. I think I played that the most. Nintendogs.
Are you looking at this?
What the fuck is that?
Feel the magic XYXX
Oh, I
This
think,
looks
did I have the puppy version?
triple X.
I think I had the puppy version.
Puppy version?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does not
Nintendogs.
look for kids.
Why, Chase? What's that?
All right,
don't know.
moving on.
Okay.
We got some fun hypothetical questions, like some fun thought question things. All right, just have discussions about
Fun.
and stuff. This one I've heard before.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
So,
Feel the magic.
Feel the magic
XYXX.
XYXX. Now this cover says Project Rub. On the cover. Wait, known in Europe and Australia as Project Rub.
That's not good.
I don't know what this is, and I'm really confused.
This
Well-
is, it got a 7.8 at IGN. What the fuck is this game?
Now you know what you have to do.
You gotta click on the review.
You need to buy that. and
The
then
review.
Play it.
I'll review. It's made by Sonic Team.
It may be a fleeting romance, and then he scrolls down. Quirky storytelling and innovative gameplay, unlockable game modes and costume changes, touchscreen microphone and GBA port support for one player only for Nintendo DS.
This is the IGN review, yeah? You see her across the way, for just a moment as you're passing by. It's just a glimpse, certainly a one-sided notice. You have no effect on her. Another in a crowd is all you are. Oh. But what she does to you without even trying is this. She changes your life. Her beauty. It's something you can't describe. It is something you can't even picture. She is the imageless picture of love. You haven't fallen for her at first sight. You've been knocked over by her mere presence. And whatever glimpse or scent or sound you have caught of her in that instance keeps sending you tumbling faster and faster. She is at once nothing and everything.
What the fuck?
You don't know who she is, where she is going, or what she is all about. You just know that she is somebody that you would die for.
Is this a stalker?
You gotta read you gotta read the next sentence.
Your move now is to approach this woman, pass her the Nintendo DS, and say, "Excuse me, miss, but this game seems to be all about you." It's a story about love and longing, danger and dancing, shouting and stunts, rabbits and red skirts, and most of all, lots and lots of touching.
What the fuck is this?
Buy the game. Play it.
What?
Tell us what it's like.
I'm
Sounds like a romance
confused.
novel about a stalker.
It looks so creepy, but they gave it an almost 8.
Well,
Okay, back on topic. I just had to see that.
how?
What the shit? All right. I've heard this before. I can't remember who asked this, but it's been asked. But it's interesting to talk about anyway. You're walking in a forest, and you found a black. First of all, they just changed tense midway through that sentence.
Sounds like me when I'm writing.
You're walking in a forest, and you find a black suitcase. Inside it sits $1 million and a piece of paper stained in blood with a single word: "Don't." Would you leave or take the suitcase?
What the fuck?
Nope, I'm out.
Fuck this shit on.
Yeah. Someone has asked me this before.
Don't.
In this world with cameras, I'm out.
In this world with cameras, I leave.
That's actually my same thought. I was like, are there cameras?
That's what you're worried
Are there
about?
cameras in the forest? Well, yes, because how else would anyone know if I'm taking it?
Bro, I'm just...
Deposit it in the bank. You don't touch the money. Well, I guess you can't really deposit that in the bank. The question where you got it.
No, you slowly deposit a
They
little
will
bit at
still
a
question
time.
where you got it.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, so
I
we've
mean-
noticed you've deposited over the last, year, $1 million.
That's true.
In addition to your regular checks.
Yeah, it's like, and we also noticed you make about $40,000 a year. So...
I mean, I'm still sticking with my I'm out. I'm not touching that.
You have
Yeah.
to launder that money.
Yeah. I would not take that. I can't fathom why anyone would, but I know people that have answered yes to that
Oh.
question.
I'm
They're like,
I'm-
look, I have
I'm
$1 million.
teetering. I'm teetering.
No, screw that.
You're teeter-tottering?
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know.
I'm not dying over money.
Would you, Sam?
Hashtag hey Sam.
Hashtag, hey, Sam.
Actually, yeah, I wanted to see people's
I
responses to these
think,
questions too,
I
because
think
I don't.
we have the name for our audience. You know how everyone has names for their audience?
The
Our name
Sams?
is just Sam.
Sam?
Hey, Sam. Sam is the representation of everyone watching this video, because Sam is everyone watching this video. All right.
I don't have a strong answer for that.
Okay, that's fine.
No, my strong answer is I'm out.
Fuck no.
First of all, I'm not going to be in a forest because I don't do nature. But also,
But do you do nurture?
I mean, I should say yes. I work with children.
Yeah, again. Worries me
Yeah.
that the hesitation existed. Okay, so some of these, like this website's like hypothetical questions, and then like occasionally there's just like a riddle in here. I'm like, that's not what
Riddles
this
are
is.
fun, but
That's
we
not what
did
this
that
is.
episode already.
I know. You are at war. Deciphering an intercepted code, you learn 2 things about your enemy. A single spot in their defense will be at its weakest in 10 days, and they will attack one of your cities in 5 days.
Oh dear.
What do you do with this information?
We wait for the solar eclipse, and we attack the Fire Nation.
We wait for the solar.
It's their biggest weakness.
That reminds
weakness.
me, I recently saw on Amazon searching through books, as one does.
That's what you do.
And under, for some reason, they showed it was like under genres, and there was a LGBTQ plus genre, but it all was
Legend of Korra.
no. That would make more sense. It was the original Avatar. Though, their graphic novels?
Yeah, that shit's gay as fuck. I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
I was like,
That's
was I
really weird.
missing something? I was
That is really
I
weird.
was like, where's Legend of Korra? That
It's
would make more
inferred.
sense.
It's the inferences.
Okay.
There's a lot of inference in
This this scenario reminds me of what's that movie
there. I
with
don't know.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
I was thinking the same thing. Imitation Game.
Yes, The Imitation Game. Amazing movie. Hard
Mhm.
decisions being made.
Mhm.
I don't like making decisions. I hand it over. No, my decision is to hand it over to the proper authority.
Nope.
Your
You're the
superiors?
person.
Oh,
in
I'm
charge
the
of
person.
making
Oh,
this choice.
I totally missed that. Okay.
No, I'm just saying you're the person in charge of making this choice.
Oh,
What do
They're-
you do?
they're gonna attack one of our cities.
In 5 days. But this information also tells you that there will be a huge
Oh.
opening to attack them in 10 days.
And it's like if
Was it
you
either defensive or offensive?
No, but no, the thing is, it's what she was about to point out. It's like if you
Like-
act on this information to prevent the attack, they're
Yeah,
going to
they
know that their
know.
plans were leaked and you won't have that opportunity in 10 days. Almost definitely.
I'm not a good strategist.
So do you take the hit in order to destroy your enemies? Or do you
Probably.
protect your people?
Probably the former.
I
Okay.
feel like
Ruthless. I can
I've-
respect that.
Well, no, okay. So what you can do is
Here we
to
go.
minimize casualties, fortify that city just enough to not give away that you knew that they were going to attack it. You know, like send some troops, but not like fully fortify it, as in they're like, oh shit, they're ready for us, but like just enough, you know.
Sounds like you're making some half measures here.
yeah.
But then
Half measures lead to full losses. Because it might, but they might be suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, well, why didn't he move some troops
Mhm.
and stuff? Maybe they're just trying to minimize. What do they know?
that's why you
Uh,
can you move troops to key cities, to multiple.
But
it's
why
not
do you
just, like,
think an
one-
attack's coming?
You're
Yeah.
in war.
This is the same thing they went through in the imitation game, where they're like, "Oh, this could be seen as suspicious. We can't give up what we know or how we know it, so we can't do anything." And they let that one dude's brother die on that cargo ship.
Yeah.
I don't remember. My memory is bad.
Benedict
for a lot.
Cumberbatch
What?
went through all of this,
I remember that movie being really good.
It's a good movie.
a great
And they
movie.
built a computer.
and then they destroyed it, and his life work was gone. Poor
And-
guy.
Oh,
Alan
yeah, no kidding.
Hey,
Turing
they
lived
named,
a
it,
rough
they named
life.
a test after him. He got his just desserts.
Jesus Christ.
Wasn't that after he died?
That's a joke.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what I'd do. That's a hard decision.
That's the point.
Because I hate these like hypothetical.
Let's do hypothetical questions. This will be fun. I hate these hypothetical questions. 2 questions in.
I hate when it's like it's outside of me and I have to decide who dies.
Yeah.
Because logically, I hate the greater good questions. Because logically, if
Morality.
you could shut everything down and lose some people in a city, but end the war in 10 days,
Yeah, minimal loss.
technically, maybe you should go with that.
Okay,
But my
so
gut says, nope, I saved the people.
here's
but
the trolley problem.
Are you killing?
Oh,
yeah,
the
exactly.
trolley
This is like
problem.
the trolley problem.
Yeah.
Except not, but yes.
It kind of is.
So if there's one person on the track on the left, well, it depends on the person too, like the severity of.
Isn't that later in the trolley
There's
problem?
various levels
Yeah, there's
of the
various
trolley
levels.
problem.
It's like,
Yeah.
what if it's a child, but like 4 elderly people? Who do you kill? Who do you decide to let live? More so.
But the base level of the trolley problem is like there are multiple people tied to a railroad. Like for anybody who doesn't know the trolley problem, so there's like a train or
I didn't
trolley.
watch
but
The
like,
Good Place. I'm sorry.
Good Place is over now.
I haven't
I
seen. The
haven't
Good Place.
finished.
It was a great hour-long finale.
Oh, it's an hour long.
It's a
usually
little
an hour.
longer actually, and then there's an interview with the cast at the end of it
Uh-huh.
and stuff. Oh, it was nice. I cried, but it was arguably the perfect ending for the show.
Oh,
Just
no.
there we go.
Okay.
But so for base level trolley problem, essentially, the easiest way to imagine it, there's a train track, there's a bunch of people tied to the track, and a train is heading down the track. This train will inevitably kill these people. But you are in a position where you can pull a switch, divert the train to basically go onto another track. That track, the base level of the trolley problem is that there's like one person tied to that track.
Mhm.
And so you have like, let's say like 3 people on the main track and 1 person on the side track. Now, logically speaking, the correct choice, quote unquote, would be to pull the switch, redirect it, and kill that 1 person instead of 3. Because, logistically, if someone has to die, you want to minimize those losses.
Mhm.
But historically speaking, most people don't pull the switch.
Yep. They choose
Because-
indecision.
Yes, because while they can view themselves as a passive observer, just watching those people die, it's like it's unfortunate, but they didn't do anything about it. Pulling the switch makes you an active participant in killing someone.
But then there's like the question if by being passive, are you taking an active stance in?
Killing
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that whole, question. And then they like to add in, sprinkle some different, interesting moral
Levels.
quandaries. Like, okay, well, which life? Well, there's one person and one person. But like, this person's like a pregnant woman, and this person's like an old man. And it's like, whose lives you prioritize more? And it's like, but I feel like, yeah, the base level of it is probably its most pure, where it's just like, logistically and logically speaking, you should pull the switch because it saves the most people. But it does make you actively have to participate in the killing of a person.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's
For the greater good.
it's an interesting moral conundrum.
And it's great watching Chidi go through that on The Good Place, covered in blood. That when it resets, he's still covered in blood.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, I know.
The Good Place is such an amazingly good
It's a
show.
good show.
What a show that just is. I've never seen a show less afraid to just completely and regularly disrupt its status quo all the damn time.
I know. I need to finish that show.
How far did you get?
Oh, I just need to watch season 4.
Oh, okay. It's a quick watch, unfortunately.
I know. I usually finish the show in like 2 days because I just watched the whole season.
Season's all done now.
I'm sad.
Show's all done now.
It's like Big Bang Theory all over again.
Many tears were shed. This is a better show than Big Bang Theory.
Okay, well, screw you.
It undoubtedly.
I mean, I get it. It is, but Big Bang.
It doesn't
Theory
mean
is
as
my
much to you?
Childhood.
That was like me in Smallville.
You and Small.
It's my stomach.
Dear God!
It's been
This is-
grumbling the whole time.
I know, but
This
that
is-
was a big one.
This
I
is
don't
why I usually feed him beforehand.
eat before we record, man.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungers.
He does text me that too.
What? I'm hungry.
No, I'm hungry. Or I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I hate this so much.
I'm like, is this a hint that I should bring you food?
Here we go.
Yes.
Here are some questions that don't involve people dying.
Great.
Oh, but I like people. Oh, wait, no.
Would you
Um,
rather be deaf or blind?
Oh, I have thought about this many a
Deaf.
time.
I agree.
Yeah, I would prefer being deaf. I feel like I'm closer to being blind though. I think.
What
my-
if your eyes keep getting worse and you're like, damn it, I should just
I know.
pick the eye thing.
So this is a hard question because it's like, does this guarantee I won't go blind?
No.
Exactly. So I usually
Of course,
think
nothing also guarantees you won't go deaf.
exactly, but I'm closer to being blind. My dad is blind in one eye. I have the same problem that he does in that same eye. I may go blind in that eye one day. So like,
Just get a glass eye. It's fine. By the time that goes wrong, you'll get a robotic eye replacement.
that is a thing. There is
Yeah.
like a robotic
I know.
telescope. And my dad was very upset that he did not qualify for it. He was like, I just want to tell people that I have a robotic eye. But yeah, I would totally prefer to be deaf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're all in opinion, in the same
In
opinion, on
opinion?
that. We're all in opinion that that's the right answer.
That's an opinion.
I want to see things.
Yeah, much of our life now is very vision based.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whereas it wasn't necessarily the same like 2,000 years ago. Or
That's a
More.
long jump. I feel like you
Huh.
don't have to say 2,000 years ago, but okay.
I mean, well, also mostly like even before that, when humanity was like hunter gatherers, a lot of that was also like we've lost our sense of hearing a lot.
What the fuck are
This-
you
this-
getting
this
at?
went way deeper than I thought you were going.
Because we've talked about this in I don't know if it's one of my psychology classes
Oh,
or
okay.
like
Here we
one
go.
of my classes. I don't know.
Fancy chase.
Going
we actually
back
talked
to
about, like, all these
school.
things.
College psychology course.
We talked about
A
all these things.
single second.
And like that, and
Yes.
the trolley problem was like I had a morality course.
Well, yeah, that's classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I studied communications.
It's all about
and we
moral
had that.
philosophy.
It was weird.
All right. Here's another fun one. Would you rather forget who you were or who everyone else was?
Oh.
Oh dear.
would that include your relationships? Because you would like if you know who you are.
Okay. The fact is, you just forget everything you know about yourself, but like you still know who everyone else around you is. Does this function in a way that is realistic? No.
I don't subscribe to this theory, so I abstain.
Jesus Christ.
I don't
how
thi-
this works.
This doesn't make sense. There's too many questions I would have. Like, if you forget everything about
That's
yourself,
true though.
do you know that you know these people, like, or that you like have trust in them to not take advantage of you? And
I'd say
like,
so. I'd say you
Then
know
maybe
these
that.
people, so you know.
Okay, I forget myself.
Cool.
Maybe.
Fuck that shit. Fuck everybody else. All right. You find a book and begin to read, only to discover that it is the story of your life.
I
You
know
get to the
this.
Oh,
point.
no.
Yeah, of
know.
course. You get to the point where you are now. You turn the page, knowing that you will not be able to change the events to come.
No.
I stop reading.
Well, okay, so I say no, but I feel like I would still like my body would just do
Yeah,
it.
I'm a skimmer, so I probably would like very quickly like turn the
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
page.
Dies
I
at
skim,
25.
nope, done.
So yeah, I don't think I'd be able to resist, as terrible as
Yeah.
that is, and then I'd regret it forever. That's my answer.
Yeah.
I know me.
If I wanted to die in my 20s, I would want to be 27.
What?
What the
What?
what the why?
Because I mean, they comment about dying at 25. Like, if you knew like your life was like ending soon, I'd want to die at 27, so I could be in 27 club.
If you were really a robot, would you want to know?
Ooh, it's fucking Westworld.
Ooh.
Or fucking Blade Runner.
Exactly.
Ooh, fucking
Are
love
you a
Blade
replicant?
Runner.
Damn
I
it.
love Blade Runner.
I know you do.
Mm. Is Deckard a Blade Runner?
Do I
Or-
wanna know?
Yes, he is.
Is Deckard a replicant?
He is a Blade Runner.
Huh.
He's titularly a Blade Runner.
I wouldn't want to know I'm a robot unless. Oh wait.
I don't think I'd want to know.
I wouldn't want to know
I
either.
wouldn't want to know.
We all agree too much. This isn't exciting. I would not want to know because what does it change really?
Yeah, obviously.
I feel like it would fuck me up knowing.
Yeah, no, because I would be pissed that I'm a robot and yet still have a period. Why people make
You're
me
a
like
really
this?
advanced robot.
No, I'd be pissed.
You're very.
Nope, I'd be pissed.
The question is though, at that point, does it actually matter if you're a robot or a
No.
human? No, not really.
Unless they start coming up with, oh, so many people are robots, we must kill them all.
Yeah,
Then
but
that's
we're
a different
robots. We'll win.
Will
Really?
we? What if we're just crappy robots?
I
We're-
hate being crappy robots. Why are we the crappy
I
robots?
mean, we'll start having Blade Runners.
All right. Would you rather get uglier or dumber?
Ugly. No.
I feel like I'm already getting dumber.
I thought you were gonna say uglier.
Rude.
No, that's what I thought you were gonna say. I didn't say it's true.
I would rather get uglier.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
We could just turn the camera
Yeah.
back off for the podcast again.
I think I'd rather get uglier because I place importance on my mind.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, dumber as in like less able to speak?
I don't think so. I don't think
Less
it's-
intelligent.
Yeah, I can't speak anymore, but I can still write things down.
Hey. Okay. This is, classic little thing. If you got to choose between 50 years of being happy or to live forever and be unhappy, what would you choose?
Nope, 50 years. I don't need to live forever. I'm fine.
I agree.
I don't want to be here when the world ends. Unless, that's within those 50 years, which is
I might
fine.
take the eternal life.
Okay, have fun.
Just unhappiness forever?
I think I would place more importance on the pursuit of knowledge
Oh my
than on my
gosh.
own happiness.
You fake Ravenclaw.
Fucking Chase.
That's what you say,
That's rude.
but
Here we go.
okay. I didn't like that laugh.
This is the most important question I've asked yet.
Mm-hmm.
Red or blue?
You invent a food product where you mix together equal parts of butter, and I can't believe it's not butter. What do you name it?
I can't believe it is butter.
I've actually done this while baking once because I didn't have enough butter, but for some reason my mom had I can't believe it's not butter.
Butter adjacent. Butter-esque.
Butter-esque.
Half butter.
You were offered a pill that makes you 25% more intelligent.
You didn't
but
give your answer.
He hasn't answered some of these.
It's stupid.
I refuse to participate.
You refuse to participate in some of these.
Just one.
You were offered a pill that makes you 25% more intelligent, but permanently removes all of your hair, including your eyebrows. Do you take it?
Yes.
25% more intelligent?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
That's a big jump.
That is a
fine.
huge jump.
It's okay.
Huge jump.
I don't need
Have
to
you
be
seen Lucy?
dismissed. I have seen Lucy. She eventually evaporates.
That's because she was
Spoilers.
at 100%.
Oh, please. Spoilers.
Would you rather have to say everything that comes to your mind or never say anything again?
Never say anything or
Ooh.
be able to communicate.
The things that come to my
Never
mind
say
might get
anything
me
again.
very in trouble.
I think I'd never say anything again.
Yeah, I think
I would.
never say
No, my
anything.
mind
Me
works.
too.
My mind works in mysterious ways.
Everyone's mind works in mysterious ways.
I'd rather write it
Oh,
down or
Bella, you're
something.
so cute. I want to strangle you. Let's have a good time. Yeah, I don't think anyone could survive in a society
Nope.
when
Nope.
who's saying everything they think.
Mm-mm.
If a close friend murdered someone for good reason,
Yes.
but you couldn't go to the police, would you help them dispose of the body? Would
I've
you
had
turn
this-
them in?
I've had this conversation.
Depends on the friend.
Exactly. It depends on what friend did this murder.
A close friend, like this is
Yeah.
someone you very much care about and trust.
I think if you kill someone, I'd probably help you.
no, you
No,
wouldn't.
I-
You'd immediately turn me in.
No, I mean
No, I don't think so.
in
I don't
terms
think
of
I would.
like, is this
depends on
my
my reasoning.
close friend who's smart enough to not have left tracks?
It's like, look, you know I love you, you idiot, but you'd get us both murdered,
Exactly.
like arrested.
Like, which close friend is this?
Or would I turn a blind eye? I don't think these are like the only two options.
No.
no, there's a
If-
whole spectrum between.
Yeah, I'm sure. If this is my close middle school to high school friend who I trust, I would definitely help her hide the body. She's smart. Now, if it's some other people, nope, turning them in. I'm sorry. They're going to get me in trouble.
Look at me, I'm tired and hungry.
Oh, I have a kid that I work with. Whenever I go there, he's always like, I'm tired and hungry.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's my life.
Every time I see him.
Are you talking about Chase?
No.
If Jurassic Park were real, would you go?
No.
Absolutely, yes, I would.
I would not.
Oh yeah,
Mm-mm.
How long has it been open?
Even if I
the
did
park
not.
is open.
Yeah.
We'll say the park is open and operating. It has been operating for a little while.
Maybe.
How long's a little while?
I don't
Can I do it?
fucking
Can I do
know.
Can I do an overhead?
Like Jurassic World, like the actual.
Yeah,
Maybe do a flyby.
I don't know. I don't think I would want to go.
most people in Jurassic World made it out alive, even when the park
That's
broke
true.
down.
But I
It
don't
was
know.
a terrible
Those-
experience.
Sounds fun.
I don't. I don't know.
No, I mean I don't know. I'll probably do a flyby, and then they'll take us down, and we'll look for my lost child, and and then inevitably almost die.
What?
Just let it be.
How do you not get that reference?
Fucking Jurassic Park 3.
We just watched this like
I
last week.
know.
If it had to always be nighttime or always be daytime, which would you choose?
Ooh, daytime. Maybe.
I like
feel like-
nighttime.
I feel like no. I've lived in almost perpetual nighttime.
It does something to a person.
It is depressive.
it's depressive.
Not
I don't know.
depressing.
It depresses me.
Depressive is like a combination of depressing and oppressive, which I mean
Yeah.
is true.
That's what I'm going for.
No, I mean like honestly, for like the people that like live up in Alaska and stuff, where it's
Yeah.
like night for like a month, like that does shit to a person.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, because like personally, like when I would, especially like in the winter, when my schedule would be closing all the time, like barely ever see daylight. It messes you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would also choose daytime. I can get blackout curtains.
Yeah.
I already have blackout curtains.
Okay.
I just better set them up. If you could ask your future self from the year 2050 one question, what would it be? Mine would be, how the fuck did we make it that long?
2050. I would say
So 30 years in the future.
In the year 2525, was man still alive?
He wouldn't know. That's 500 years in the future.
That's 475. Wait, yeah, maybe math. I don't know.
Yes, you're right, but I was just rounding.
2050.
Yeah, 2050, 30 years from
If
now.
you could, if you met that yourself from there, and
If
then
you could
could-
ask your future self
Oh,
in the year
ask.
2051 question, what would it be? It's a tough one.
I don't know.
how many Super Bowls have the Patriots won?
Future self, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
I know, you're not
same as my
gonna-
current self.
Yeah, you're not gonna freaking care. Speaking
Well,
of which,
really wasted
we're-
this question. Bye. Yeah,
Um,
Super Bowl's going on
right now.
today.
Oh, today.
in a couple hours.
Yay, how exciting. New commercials.
We all seem to care
None of us
so
care.
much.
No, actually, to answer that question more seriously, I think I would ask, probably about transportation. Probably, I think that interests me the most. What's your primary mode of transportation? Teleportation. Fuck yeah.
Nailed it. I have no idea what I'd ask.
Yeah, because I don't really want to know.
Right? That's that hard part. It's like, do I want to know?
I don't
It's
think
like-
I wouldn't ask any personal questions about myself.
Oh, dude, no, I got it. Do you remember any winning lotto numbers from any year? Give it now.
Well, no, actually, yeah.
It's
How
like, I
many
got
times?
you, bro.
When did the Patriots win the Super Bowl? And they just bet on them
Oh.
every year.
You may not win a lot. They're the Patriots. They're probably going to be the favorites.
Yeah, sure.
But you'll still win.
Well,
Something.
what was a hot tub time machine? The fucking squirrel.
Oh, righty. Would you accept a $30,000 a week job offer where you get paid to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 8 hours a day without being allowed to fall asleep?
Mm-mm.
So I fall asleep, so I would not get that money.
It's $30,000 a week.
I would not physically probably be able to stay awake in a pitch black room for 8 hours. No.
I would not be able to keep my sanity.
I'll just think about story ideas. Look, here's the thing. It's like you can quit, work it a couple, weeks, power through as best you can.
That's true.
You got like $100,000 from like a month's worth of work.
I don't know. That seems uncomfortable. I feel like I'd go crazy.
If you had to travel 100 years into the past or 100 years into the future, which would you choose?
What's 100 years in the past?
1920s.
Oh, no.
Oh, heck no.
Future.
It's like, fuck that.
Get drafted fucking World War
It's
II.
the roaring 20s, bro.
I don't have rights.
She's got a good point here.
She does. I'd probably die in the 40s.
What was the stand-up comedian who's like, look, being white is awesome when it comes to time traveling. There's almost no point in human history where I could go back and be persecuted.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I'm very mixed race looking or non-white looking.
And
And
you're
I'm a
lady.
woman.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
As long as I don't go back too far, I'm fine.
Yeah.
2 more.
All right. I'm not asking that question. That is
Okay.
I read if your girlfriend.
it's a tough one.
I didn't see
I don't
it.
want to read that.
I'm gonna read it, but I don't want to talk about this.
Okay.
If your girlfriend and your mother changed bodies, and the only
Ew.
way to get them back to normal is to have sex
I
with
don't
one
like
of them,
this question.
which would you choose?
I don't like this question. This is a weird question. I don't like
Correct.
this question. Oh, Chase, are you imagining it now?
No.
No. All right. Would you rather have 4 legs or 4 arms?
I already have 4 legs.
What?
I got 2 dicks. Or
What?
4 arms. I feel like 4 arms are infinitely more productive.
Just got arms for feet for legs, just like walking around. It's not
Like
like
you on Flux?
yeah. Ugh.
My dad was watching that the other day. He was like, "Hey, this isn't that bad of a movie." I'm like,
Aha.
It's a bad movie.
Told you.
Hmm.
Make it a good one.
Okay, this is a great question. I don't think we've addressed this yet. So, if a zombie plague were to start right now, where would you hold up?
Right now,
Refer to
This
episode
moment?
40.
All right. Yep. Yep, here we go. If you had a sock stuffed in your mouth, do you think you could get it out without using your hands or feet? I'm trying to imagine the feet part.
Probably.
how? What?
Like
You
gagging.
can't.
I know, there's so many questions.
Use your tongue. Maybe.
You could totally use your feet to get the sock out.
All right,
But
here
you
we go.
can't
This
use
is one of these interesting ones. I've heard this one before. You are driving along in your car, and I love the quote-unquote correct answer to this question.
Is my car driving me?
You are driving along in your car on a wild, stormy night. It's raining heavily when suddenly you pass by a bus stop and you see 3 people waiting for a bus. An old lady who looks as if she's about to die,
Fuck no.
an old friend who once saved your life, and the perfect partner you've been dreaming about. Which one would you choose to offer a ride to, knowing very well that there could only be one passenger in your car?
My friend.
Can I keep driving?
You're going to pick up none of these people? That makes no sense.
This seems like a weird situation from a horror movie that's gonna get me killed.
In no way are you in danger based on this choice.
I pick my friend.
You'd pick your friend.
Because I feel like I'd be loyal to them.
You wouldn't pick the
Yeah.
perfect person you've been dreaming about your whole life.
Well, no, because I have no
Mm.
loyalty to them.
You're not going to
don't
save the
actually-
old lady who's
I don't actually know-
dying?
Nope, I'm saving
no,
my
no,
friend.
no old ladies, please.
All right. Okay.
That's a horror movie shit. Like,
It's a dying woman.
No, I'm sorry.
she's
old
already
lady.
dying.
You're not in any danger in this hypothetical.
I don't trust that.
She's not long for this world.
All right. So I can't remember where I heard it, but I've heard the quote unquote like correct answer to this question.
Hmm.
Is it correct?
It's not correct, but it's the most interesting answer I've ever heard to this question. And I'm like, look at that. So what this person would
The
do,
bus driver.
what this person would do is they would get out of the car, they would give their keys to their friend who would take the old lady to safety, and you'd spend time with your perfect partner.
In the rain.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I get it, but
She's like, nah, fuck that.
no. I just feel like I'd get killed.
You're not in danger.
I don't care how many times you say that. I feel like it's a stormy night. There's an old lady, your supposed perfect person, and for some reason my friend is out there too. That doesn't seem right. This feels like a setup.
That's too coincidental.
Exactly.
I hate you both so
I,
much.
I drive by slowly looking at them squinty
That's even worse.
and be like, you're not real.
And then all of them look, why was that cabbage in that cart?
This is Silent Hill playing tricks on me.
It's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
That car is driving itself. There's no one in it. Oh my god, I am the car. No, Cortana! No one said your name.
And when we say your name, you don't answer. Hey, Cortana.
Oh, she
shit!
answered. That's
Oh
the
my
first
God!
time ever.
Oh no, it's haunted.
What? It's unhaunted, maybe.
No, it's haunted. She never answers.
All right. I think that's been enough fun for 1 week.
Bloody Mary. No.
It's not dark in
Bloody
here.
Mary, Bloody Mary.
Oh,
You're
shit.
supposed to say it in the mirror.
Yeah, that's
When
why I
it's
didn't
dark.
say it to a mirror.
Well, I mean, technically that.
Say
That TV.
Candyman.
It's a black mirror.
Uh-oh.
Candyman, Candyman,
No.
Candyman, Candyman.
The Candyman can.
The Candyman can because he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good, man. Let's go. All right. Thank you so much for watching in the ZymCast, everybody. This has been a week.
This week sponsored by Grape Soda.
No, it's not.
This week
No, just
sponsored.
unbranded Grape Soda.
This week sponsored by our hopes and dreams.
Wait, we have none.
Follow them on.
No.
I have dreams.
Follow them on
Oh,
YouTube
good.
at Zym,
That's good.
Zym Media.
My dream is that we're gonna make something really cool in the coming future
Oh, okay, that's a good dream. That's a good hope.
and
That's
make
a
all
hope.
the money. sell it to Hollywood where they'll adapt it into a movie.
And ruin it?
They'll pay me.
Nice to know you're loyal to your
Remember what I
IPs.
said at the beginning of this. The only reason I'm not a sellout yet is because no
No
one's
one's
given me
offered.
the chance.
Thank you all for watching. My name's Chase.
I'm Kyle,
I'm Cheyenne. Bye.
Bye. Enjoy your Super Bowl.
I guess. It's been over for
Wait.
a week.
No, who won? We probably won't know either way.
Yes, we will.
Bye.
Shh.